the odds that there'll be 5 franchise quarterbacks in this or any draft are remote. So you don't simply reach because you start what's called wish casting. Like, we really need this, and so you start to see things in guys and hope. That's not what Belichick needs. Belichick needs to find the right guy. Maybe it's in this draft. If he thinks it is, go get him. But, guys, Cam Newton, I'll say it again, coming off catastrophic injury, new system, new team, COVID, no preseason, no time to get to know your teammates, practice with them, facilities shut down because of COVID, less practice time. I mean, Bill Belichick, the whole thing is preparation. And he had COVID. That Cam Newton, by the way, with no weapons to the point where I said, see, Tom Brady's falling off the cliff. And then Tom Brady got weapons. I said, oh, pardon me, I take that one back. No weapons, probably fewer than Brady even had. They won 7 games, beat a whole bunch of good teams, came 2 plays away from winning 9 games, 2 plays. I expect Cam Newton to be better this year. I expect the Patriots to be better this year. I expect for them to contend in the AFC East. And no, I don't think they necessarily need a quarterback in this draft.
I think they do. Listen, I want to take all of those things that you mentioned about Cam Newton, and I want to give it to him. COVID, new system, new coach, new franchise. I want to give all of that to him. And I want to tell you that as electric of an athlete as I believe he once was, take last season out of the equation, and I still think he had lost a little something in terms of athleticism because of attrition, being beat up because of all of those years he spent running the football. And I have never believed him to be the most accurate passer in the world. Now, that does not mean that he can't go out on a Sunday and beat you. That doesn't mean that he can't have a few weeks where he's absolutely sensational. But in terms of consistency, throwing the football from the quarterback position, I have never felt that enamored with Cam Newton, with the exception of his MVP season, because he's only completed better than 60% of his passes 2 or 3 times in the 9 years he's been in the National Football League. That's just where I'm at with it. When I look at him, I look at an athlete, I look at a stud, I look at somebody, I miss Superman, I miss that guy because he captivated, just the football audience the world over. I get all of that. But when I look at this New England Patriots team, and I look at the ascension of the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen, and I look at the ascension of Miami Dolphins led by Brian Flores and Chris Greer, I think you need better than Cam in order to pencil yourself in as the kind of fixture we've been accustomed to the New England Patriots being. And I don't think that's the case. Yes, so I do believe they need one of those top 5 quarterbacks. I really do.
So the hard part about whether or not they need one of the top 5 quarterbacks, and when Brian sent it over for me to do my draft, it was about how should the draft go, not necessarily how will it go.
Correct.
And I do believe that they need a quarterback. Now, if you look at, I believe it's McShay's draft, Mac Jones falls all the way to them at 15. That would be best case scenario. If they've scouted Mac Jones, if Mac Jones feels extremely familiar to them, which he should after having Tom Brady, and then the Matt Castles, Jimmy Garoppolo for 3 or 4 games. Like, that's the type of passer that Josh McDaniels is used to working with. If he falls to them at 15, they absolutely should take him. I believe they will take him, and if they don't take him, I believe that they're wrong. But when you look at the New England Patriots, it's about making a decision. Are we trying to compete for a Super Bowl every year? Are we doing everything to win a Super Bowl now? And when you look at Cam Newton, do I think this team could be good this year? Can have a winning record? Absolutely. In 17 games, can they win 10? Can they win 9? I believe that. You're 7-9 and 2 plays away from being 9-7 last year. You add people from opt-outs defensively. You go out and make some moves in the free agency. You're a better team. But if they want to win for the future and they believe that one of these 5 quarterbacks can do it and they get that guy, you have to take him because it's about the next year and the year after that and moving forward. 2022 is not a quarterback year. You won't find your quarterback that way. So unless you're banking on Jimmy G or banking on Cam Newton to get you to the Super Bowl, if you have your guy, you have to make a move if you're Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
I just think about, was Baker Mayfield and Sam Bradford going into that draft? You say, this is going to be a great draft, right? Justin Herbert, a couple years before that, was a big deal, and it was like tank for Herbert, and then he didn't have a great year. No, maybe not. And Justin Herbert, might be the best guy to come out of the draft since, I don't know, Patrick Mahomes, right? Like, we'll see if Trevor Lawrence turns out to be as good a pro as Justin Herbert's been so far. I'm just saying,
that's his ceiling to me. That's Trevor Lawrence's ceiling.
Is Justin Herbert, right?
If he knocks it out the park, he's Justin Herbert.
Right.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying sometimes this stuff is hard to tell. Like you say, like projecting too far out for what quarterbacks would be available in the draft next year. I'm just saying, guys, I hear what you say, Stephen A. He's diminished. You don't win a Super Bowl with Cam. I'm not convinced about that, but I am convinced about this. You're going to be good with Cam Newton this year, I believe. I believe you'll be good. So do you need to eventually find the quarterback? Yes. But if you insist on finding him now and he's simply not there, because let's say there are only 2 great quarterbacks in this draft. Let's say it's Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, and I'm wrong about Zach Wilson. And Trey Lance and Mac Jones are like 2 great quarterbacks coming out of any draft. That's a hell of a draft year, right?
Okay.
Ain't going to be 5. So if the guys are gone, I don't think you start looking and projecting what you want to see in the quarterbacks. You wait till you see the right one. Maybe that's a year from now.
Can I just say this real quick while Ryan is on this segment? I think New England was the worst place that Cam Newton could have gone. You're bereft of weapons. You don't have enough weapons. I'm talking about when he first arrived there. For him, and he's following Tom Brady. So, you're not just going anywhere. You're going where the GOAT resided over the previous 19 years. And then on top of it all, you're going to a place where Tom Brady departed from primarily because of the not having the weapons. Does anyone think for one second that if Tom Brady had the weapons in New England that he had in Tampa Bay, that he would have ever left the New England Patriots? I don't think that would have happened.
It's a good point.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.